We are left alone with Xander and Seraphine in the docks while Carmen is carefully carried from the rig by Flint, guided away into one of Olivera's many tunnels and passages. Okay, I believe you. Xander shrugs his shoulders. Seraphine raises an eyebrow. Believe us how? The Sharon saboteurs. He shoots you a sheepish grin. Although, you never know. Appreciate that. No problem. He nods to you with the kind of seriousness that only children possess. Tell me, kid. Seraphine folds his arms. Why are you so protective of this place? I mean, no offense, but who'd want to sabotage a tin-pot colony in the middle of shitty shoals? Thunder bristles at the comment, but controls his anger. You don't get it. Olivera is a refuge. Why do you think we're hiding all the way out here? He glances out. He glances at you and then back to Seraphine. I have thought you'd understand what's at stake here. You've seen Flint. Seraphine pauses, unsure how to respond. He looks embarrassed into silence. Look, Xander says, playing the peacemaker. You brought Carmen back to us. Everyone in Olivera will thank you for that. How about you stick around for a bit, get a feel for the place? If you need to resupply, we can help you. We haven't got much, but if you chip in, you'll get your share. Bows his head a little. We're more welcoming than we appear. Just don't expect to buy anything with those shits of yours. Xander puts his hands on his hips. Or it's not for sale. Seraphine shrugs. Alright, get out. He glances at you. We appreciate it. We need to hang around until Carmen is back up in the wake anyway, and I think we'll be glad for the rest. See you around then. Xander touches his brow in a salute and then kicks away, floating out of the docks. Seraphine turns to you. Oh, shore leave doesn't sound so bad. I agree. Seraphine smiles. Alright then. Stretches. I'm going to head into town and see what's happening. Winks and glides away into Olivera proper. You're left floating in the docks, unsure of what comes next. It doesn't seem like Lane is going to find you out here, so maybe this is the perfect time to take a breather, at least until you can bring Ankita's drive to Carmen. You turn into a little thumbnail drive over in your pocket. Time to see what Olivera has to offer. Okay. A reasonably large hub. As you leave the rig, you find a figure waiting for you in the docking tunnel. Think of Xander's hostile greeting when you first arrive. Is that him again? Where are you headed? Flint leans away from the wall, now out of the battered suit you first saw them in. The damage to their frame is concealed beneath their overalls, but you're still aware of it, just beneath the surface. Scrap sorting? Same. Flint nods in the direction of the colony. I'll join you. You float together to the docks in silence. Flint makes you nervous, and their insistence on intercepting you, the cycle, hasn't exactly calmed that sensation. Breaking the silence eventually becomes unavoidable. Why Flint? Flint stares ahead, continuing their glide. They ask Carmen. I insisted on it. The mention of Carmen's name recalls the image of him floating unconscious in the light of your work lamps in those deep and winding caves. You suppress a shudder. Flint gives you a sideways look, their mask-like face betraying no emotion. Good you found us. They pause as you both move through a doorway. Could have been sooner. They blink. But better than nothing. Looking at Flint gives you an unsettling feeling, like catching your own reflection in a polished hull plate. Is this what others feel like when they speak with you? Watching the crooked mask, the lit irises, for signs of human emotion. Interpreting the stuttering emulations of facial expressions as they cross your doll-like face. Flint turns away again and you realize that they might feel the same looking at you, each the other's mirror, each reminding the other of the gap between being and being seen. How did you escape? Escape SNRP, you mean? Flint pauses. We aren't there yet, friend. We can share war stories another time. You arrive together into the cavernous hall containing the scrap silos, the cacophonous echoing of sorting already filling the air. So, sleeper. Flint's face curls in amusement as he uses the mononym everyone refers to you by. Olivera asks all of those in harbors to contribute to the colony. Show me what you can do. Well, here goes nothing. Woo! Positive. You and Flint glide into the sorting bay, where scrap from the silos is delivered to the waiting workers, ready to be checked, cleaned, and cast into the different nets at the fringes of the space. You find a sorting station and begin picking up chunks of ship and machine, turning them over in your hands. As you inspect the scrap, the ghost of their original place in a bigger structure becomes apparent. Each piece suggests a hole, a drive casing, a loading bay, a life support unit. You burn away corrosion with a torch, crack open rusted casings to release the components inside like seeds. You find new life in the broken and discarded pieces. Something makes you look to one side, a glint that catches your eye, and there is Flint, taking a rest of their own. You see a glint again, Flint turning something over in their fingers, watching it spin. Vial of stabilizer. My last vial. Flint speaks without taking their eyes off the drug. Even though the haze of your lost memories, you can recall the fizzing, sickening pulse of that injection, the dependence your reboot freed you from. Saving it for a special occasion. Flint pockets the vial and meets your eye. You don't need a stabilizer, do you? Flint moves away from the wall they were resting against. I noticed you were different from the first moment we met, but I didn't realize what it was until now. The way you work, the way you move, without dependence. I see it now. Flint folds their arms. Tell them about the reboot? You tell them about the process you and Seraphine attempted on Darkseid, the one that Elaine interrupted. They listen absent-mindedly, watching the workers instead of you. That's not all, though, is it? Flint meets your eye. There's something wrong with you. More than just your decaying frame, your signal, your presence. It smells different. And it's something to me. I have come to know that feeling. The feeling that I'm an object, tool to be molded, to be shaped for someone else's use. Here in Olivera, people are different. It looks out at the workers. But I still know who I am, what I bring to this place. All of these people are at risk because of me. That means you, too, are a risk. A risk to your crew, to me, and more importantly, to this place. That is what is worrying me. Olivera will welcome you just as it welcomed me when it stretches. And it will do so in spite of itself and its own safety. I want you to know that, because they will pay the cost. Those close to you, and you must know that they pay it for you. With that, Flint turns and glides away, leaving no space for a response. You watch them leave their billowing cloak, revealing and concealing the glinting and ragged parts of their exposed skeleton as they go. Olivera Clinic, we have rising tensions, Carmen is in recurrent. Olivera will have to navigate the coming crisis without his steady hand. Negative clock. The rig, scrap silos. Component hunt. Farm stacks. It's risky, but we don't have the fuels for that. Canteen visit. Nowhere has an open canteen where Cadence prepares the colonies produce. You tend to get served based on how well liked you are. There. Fuel extraction, you are permitted to extract fuel for your own use, but you have to oversee the complex automated process yourself. I see. Let's throw a 3 at that. It's a risky, so even if you lose energy, yeah, it's fine. I'll take a neutral. Yeah, I'll take a neutral. It would have been nice, but I'll take a neutral. The Olivera colonies allow you to gather supplies, but you have to harvest back and process them yourself, which can be exhausting. Let's try the 5 here. Yeah, supplies. I'm fairly happy with that. And we'll have a crisis next cycle. The sound of raised voices echoes through the tunnel. Following them, you find yourself at the entrance to the clinic where Flint and Xander are locked in a bitter argument. I won't take you out there, Flint, Xander is pleading with the sleeper. Look what happened to Carmen. They'll kill you. What happened to Carmen is exactly where I have to go. They will find me here, and when that happens, the whole colony can hear you too. Seraphine comes out of the clinic with Cadence. Trying to wake up Carmen? You see Seraphine clock you, standing in the passageway. Your eyes meet and Seraphine looks away. Neither of you have seen each other since you brought Carmen back to Olivera. I'm trying to make sure what happened to Carmen doesn't happen to anyone else. Flint folds their arms. I'm the reason he's like he is, and that means it's on me to fix it. Wait in silence. Trying to be a hero, Flint? Seraphine squints at the sleeper. I'm trying to stop SNARP coming down on this place. Flint gives him a dark look. At the mention of SNARP, Seraphine's eyes jump straight to you and Flint follows his gaze, finding you waiting in the passageway. SNARP, the company that created you, the company you escaped. The idea of them bearing down this place sets your nerves on edge. You have long since slipped their grasp, playing disabled your tracker in exchange from unwavering service, a gift that becomes a trap. But Flint is still on the run, and if SNARP attacked Carmen's ship, he can be far away. You look at Flint and see the fear in their eyes. Tracker is still active. Olivera is shrouded. Flint looks towards the center of the colony. Carmen managed to get hold of a signal shroud and set it up here. He wanted to keep everyone safe. There is no way SNARP can track me here. Am I missing something? Seraphine interrupts. If they can't find you here, what's the problem? It's not just about the tracker. Hunter found me in the debris field. They know I escaped. It's only a matter of time before their search brings them here. Silence falls on the group as the inevitability of the problem sets in. Xander looks distraught. You can't, Flint, Xander says in a quiet voice. He'll kill you. Seraphine glances at you and Flint in turn, and you see his mind working on a solution. He looks away, frowning. I'm sorry, Xander. This is how it is. Flint looks dejected. Unless we get him first. Seraphine smiles, an impish smile. Seraphine, what are you thinking? Cadence speaks up for the first time. We know there is a hunter out there, scouring the shoals, and we know they are looking for Flint. Seraphine shrugs. That means we have the upper hand. We don't need to bring them here, we can bring them anywhere we want. Seraphine looks around the group. So we get set, we prepare a little surprise, and then we wait. Flint is already shaking their head. The hunter could arrive here at any moment. We don't have time for this. If I had a ship, I would have left already. Then we move you now. We take you somewhere we can prepare and we work hard and fast. Get an ambush set. When the hunter comes, Seraphine grins. Bring the trap. Kind of trap. That, we still have to figure out, Seraphine admits. You have to admit it beats going out to die without a plan. Gives Flint a look. And hey, if we fail, the outcome will be the same anyway. Flint doesn't respond immediately. You can see them thinking it through, considering their options. Come in. Xander has a determined look on his face. We're doing this, and I'm coming. Look, kid, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but this is the real thing. A bounty hunter is not going to... Stop patronizing me. Xander cuts him off. I know the shoals. You need me out there. The conversation suddenly devolves into many small arguments. The location, who should go, how to approach the ambush, the noise grows. The Otzelheim Manufactory. Cadence's voice rises clear and precise through the noise. That's where you do it. It's in a rock far enough from here. It's a real labyrinth. You can lead a hunter here, there, get them lost inside. Cadence's eyes are bright and determined. The place is full of old machines, ordnance. We've been afraid to scavenge any of it. It's so unstable. You notice Seraphine watching Cadence speak, clearly impressed by the sudden shift towards decisive action. You can bring the whole place down on their head. Xander picks up Cadence's thread. I know the manufacturer, it's a good idea. You look between those gathered, Seraphine stubborn and protective, Cadence's sharp eyes, Xander's relentless desire to get involved in Flint, a sleeper like you. A sleeper in need of an escape. Carmen was building something here, a shrouded haven, a place that needs protecting. He may be unconscious behind those doors floating amongst the wires and tubes of the clinic, but something of him is here in this group, making a plan of resistance. Flint's eyes meet yours, and you know what has to be done. The rig will leave Olivera this cycle. You have a hunter to trap. This cycle. Well, we're fully loaded, so that should be fine. The 2 points we can't spend on anything else. Gold manufacturing. Only to fuel. Cadence believes this is the place to trap Flint's pursuer. We'll only have a few cycles to prepare, so the faster we head out, the better. Okay. I'll take Nia, just to cover that aspect. And Junie with the +1 there. Yeah, let's go Junie and Nia.